Hi everybody, welcome back to Kate's Space. I am ready to get on with Brylee's journal, and I'm going to put the cover aside, I think, because I don't want it to get mucky. I want to do some decorating in here, something that's not too bulky. I had a discussion with Brylee about the closure, and we both agreed, and she agreed that nothing would be better than something that she had to tie, so that's cool. I don't have to think about that. Well, I've already done the insides anyway, so maybe I had that discussion with her last time. Can't remember. Anyway, I'm back from my break and I really want to get this done this week. Today is a public holiday in New Zealand in memory of the Queen Elizabeth, and so everyone's very quiet. It's just like a Sunday today. Right, I've done a little bit of embossing throughout, and I've added this doily. Now I want to see where else I want to do some things. It's going to be a little bit messy, so I'll probably have to do lots of editing. I think I'll just leave the camera on and we'll just see how we go. I thought about putting that little frame there, but if that flips out, you'll see it, so that doesn't quite work, but I do want to use that. So I think I'll start maybe by doing some texture paste. So I'll grab all my things. Right, here we go. Let's hope I don't make too much mess. I have actually marked a spot where I want to do it on the back here, so we could start with that. The other thing I'd quite like to try mixing some of this with some paint. I'm using modelling paste Art Basics. I need to give it a good old stir, I think. How is everybody today? I hope you're all well. And for those of you who are in New Zealand, I hope you had a lovely long weekend. I need a stirrer. What am I going to stir it with? For those of you who've been following me for a while, you may remember, or may not, that back in January, David and I got all excited about a project that involved creating a studio space for me down in the outside room, down the stairs from the house, but it's not connected to the house. So kind of like a sleep out guest room. So we got rid of all the furniture that was in there, either gave it away or sold it or put it in the garage, and set about systematically demolitioning it. It was all very exciting, and I put it on my social media, my Instagram page, and then it all came to a grinding halt. Just materials were very hard to get. David got super busy, and yeah, it all just stopped. And I was very disappointed. And I have been, you know, just mentioning it to him over the last few days, weeks, months. Oh, you know, when are we going to get that done? Anyway, the other day, not that long ago, he said, right, I'm going to get back into the studio. So now it is all jibbed, and I'm just covering over the bits I don't want. There's jib down there, and the jib stopper is on his way right now to come and do some jib stopping on a public holiday. Oh well, good on him. I keep forgetting it's a public holiday. And yeah, so it's starting to get very real and exciting again. So I really wanted water down there, and so we've managed to pipe some water, and that's going to go into a little sink unit, which we're picking up from Tauranga this coming weekend, because we're going to go and watch Brylee in her show. And then windows need to be made, but windows and a door, those are the things that are probably going to take the longest. Right, I'm going to give this a go and hope I don't But yeah, the jib stopper's coming. He's going to do it. He wanted to come today. When David rang him, he said, what about today? And we're like, okay. And then we've got a painter lined up. I'm just going to paint it all white. David's painted the floors for me. They're just concrete and part of it, and floorboards in the other part. But the floorboards were in such bad shape, we kind of had to cover them, but I didn't want carpet, so... Right, let's see how this goes. Oh, that moved a little bit there, so hopefully not too much has gone underneath. Alright, let's lift it and see what we've got. Oh, yeah, pretty happy with that. Okay, so now we need to let that dry somewhere, remembering where it is and not... Can you see? There, that's that bit done. Okay, do I want more? Probably. I do love texture paste. Although if we have it, that's the only thing when you take, that's the back page. Probably not there. Maybe on this green. Maybe a little bit on this green bit. Could we do a little flower there? Maybe we need to protect. I'm gonna maybe put this under here. And just try and get this little rose on there and see how we go. Yeah, so it's all super exciting. I'm so excited, and I keep going down there and standing there and trying to imagine how it's going to look and where I'm going to put things. And it's so much of a bigger space in this little room. And a lot of my furniture probably isn't actually suitable, but I think what we've decided, or I've decided, is that I will maybe just move this furniture down. Oh, someone's here. Hang on. Oh, well, that's super exciting. That's the jib stopper. I think he's actually just come to have a look because he's got his family with him. All right. I might actually dry this. Right, how about we have a little bit of fun and try mixing this with some gold paint. I don't know what the ratio needs to be. Now this paint I used last Christmas, and the thing came off it, so I have to, have to seal it up with some Glad wrap. Okay, and then some of this. Yes, so downstairs is a happening thing. So this time I am videoing it and recording it, but I'm not putting it up. I'll do it. I might do, maybe join some reels together. It doesn't really look gold, does it? It kind of looks a bit, put some more gold in and see if that helps. Maybe I'll do it on a scrap piece of paper. Right, so I haven't, that's the other thing, and that I was talking about the kitchen, needing to wash these pretty much as soon as you've used them. Just do a quick test. So that's squidged out, so I guess the paint makes it a little bit more, a little less thick, so it's slipped under the stencil and smudged. Quite like it though. I wonder if we could do it in here. So this already has a little bit here. A little bit of gold might be nice. Not sure where though. You could just do a little bit on this. Then I need to probably go and wash this before it all dries. We could do what we did before. Grab some scrap paper. And see if we can just get a little bit on here. But yeah, it is quite thick. No, it's quite thin is what I mean. Let's see what we can do. That work? Might do. Right, so I'll try and hold it down a bit firmer. Okay, yeah, so we've got some here smudged. That's okay. Right, so I have made a little bit of a mess here. I guess that's the other thing you need to think of, is the paint is going to go places maybe that you don't want it. So that's pretty much all I can do in that. Well, I can some there, I think that's enough in that signature. And I'm running out of space to put them all, so that's not sure where that doily came from. Right, what have we got here? Some down here might be pretty, but I think I'll do white. Yeah, like that. And I might just put this one here, there. Let's cover that up a bit. Right, let's go. So a bit more in here. The other thing that's happened recently, and I don't think I've mentioned it in any of my videos, is finally New Zealand has caught up with the rest of the world and we don't have to wear masks anymore. And our traffic light system, or whatever you want to call it, is finished. It no longer exists. And yeah, people seem to have adapted pretty quickly to going back to not wearing masks. Some people are still wearing them, and I think that's great. That's fine, you know, just especially if you're vulnerable. I guess if I felt vulnerable or I was immunocompromised, possibly I would wear one as well. But it was really nice to just pop in to the op shop the other day and not have to go back to my car and get my mask, because the op shop is near the gym and sometimes I pop in there. Right, what would look nice on there? Those roses there would look nice. Like that. Okay, so I'm going to cover up some of the bits I don't want. Yep, so the jib stop has been, he's had a look and he says it'll be done by Monday, would be the last sand. So that's in a week, and then just lining up the painter. So that's great. I'm pretty excited. Okay, let's see how we go with this. squidged underneath. Oh, that looks nice. Yep, that's a good one. Okay, right. So yeah, I'm going to do a bit more of that, and then I'm going to do something else. So I'll just get myself sorted for the other things I want to do, and then I'll come back. The other thing I thought that would be nice would be some heat embossing. So I thought I'd give that a go. I might use a different stencil. Don't think it matters if we mix them up. And use some of this Ranger clear embossing ink. Again, just thinking I only probably want a little bit. Maybe we should think about doing this side, because we always do the other side. Right, so I might do my masking tape thing again. I haven't done any heat embossing for ages, and I was just thinking, oh, that might be quite a nice thing for this journal. Just want this part here. Right, let's give it a go. So I've got one of those makeup brush things. I don't really know if that's the best way to do it, but I'm going to give it a go. Right. Just apply the ink. Might go down there. I don't know, it's really, because it's clear, it's hard to know how much has gone through. So it might turn out to be not very good. I can see some there. Right, I'm going to use the white. I'm just going to sprinkle it on. I'm going to pop this on some white A4 paper. I don't know if there's enough ink on there, to be honest. Right. Let's see what we've got. Oh yeah, that might be okay. Right, let's tip this. Try not to spill anything. And get the heat done. And then you can see the powder changing to melting, and it's kind of glossy. So yeah, it fades out at the edges. I don't mind that. I think that's okay. So there you go. That's the heat embossed. That's quite pretty. And that can go straight back in the journal, which is probably the good thing about that little process. That's quite sweet. Okay. Right, I might do some more. Oh, I've put heat embossing there. Right. Okay, so let's do that then. That's what I've said. Might try a bit of a bigger piece. What have we got here? Maybe that whole bit there. I'll cover that up. Should we do gold or white? about coming across that way like that? Okay, let's see how we go. There we go, and there's some gold and dry embossing. That's really pretty. Okay, and I think that goes in there. Look, it's upside down. That's the problem, trying to remember how this all went back together. Right, and I thought about doing some on here. These are pretty much the only stencils I use. Quite like that, up there like that. Let's give that a go. Is very cost effective. I've had this for years. Goes a long way. I mean, I guess I don't use it very often, but even so, yeah, it lasts a long time. And now Christmas is coming, I'm sure the gold embossing powder, oh, and the white will get used. That's really pretty too. I like that. I can't quite remember where this was. I think it might have been the second page maybe. Don't know. It is now. Okay, so we've got a bit of embossing powder, a bit of dry embossing, another embossing powder there. This one just needs some texture paste, so I'll go back and do that. What else have we got here? I've got a little thing that says texture paste there. Washi tape, so this needs some tape reinforcing. Should we have a look what washi tape, or we're just going to use masking tape? I'm not sure what I want to use. I've got some really pretty ones. This might be nice. Let's see if we can get it off the roll. It sort of depends on whether you want the whole thing or whether you want that sort of torn look. And this is sort of separate. Right, I'm going to try and put this down the centre without making it too wonky. pretty. I'm going to cut it off the bottom here. And cut it off at the top. So this part of the journal is fun, and it takes probably the longest. You go through a million times deciding what you want where and how. Oh, now where was this? I don't remember. Maybe in the middle, I don't know. One of the other signatures had something else. Can't remember where it is. This one maybe. Yeah. So this one here, I thought this looked really pretty tucked in here. So I think I might do that. I might ink around that edge with just some light tea dye ink. That's an oxide ink, and it's not super dark brown. It's sort of like a lighter brown. You could do some gold around there too. Maybe we could do that. Maybe we will, actually. So this is Beautiful Digital by the Paper Cameo. Same as the other ones I've used. From the same kit, I think. Right, let's get a bit of gold. This is the gold stuff I use. It's called Patinating Wax, and I just picked it up at an art shop. It was on the specials table. And it's sort of an old looking gold. I just use my finger and just run it round. Actually, I dab it on my mat and then I just go around. I like less rather than more mostly, and I feel like I could go back and do more. So I try not to do huge big blotchy bits. Oh, like that. But this isn't like a really, you could probably actually use the gold paint, which is a much more sort of yellowy gold than this. Yeah. So I did what I probably don't love, and that's smudged it around there. It's okay. I'm just going to get a wet wipe and wipe my finger. Right, and then I think I'm just going to glue that under there and turn that into a little tuck spot. I'll just use my art glitter glue and go around the edge here and up here. And glue that under the little ruffle. And I actually just had that tucked in there, so I don't know. I think that's super pretty. I'm not doing a lot of tuck spots, as you know. This doesn't have any embossing on it as yet, so maybe we could do this one. But I'm starting to get myself in a bit of a mess here because I've got pieces drying, so I might have to have a clean up and then come back. And then I probably need to start thinking about dinner. Anyone else like me sick of that eternal question, what's for dinner? Never seems to end. Said to David, imagine if we had our own personal chef. How marvellous would that be? Not every day, but maybe 3 days a week, where you just would not have to think about what's for dinner. It would just get created for you. And it would be nice and healthy, and oh, it would be amazing. Amazing. Right, here we go. There we go, just a sweet little rose. That's lovely. Just wait for that to dry up a bit. There we go, and it hardens really fast. Yep. But again, I can't remember whereabouts in the signature that goes, so I'll just pop it there for now. Yeah. So I'm getting myself in a bit of a muddle, so I'm going to stop there and I will be back to sort of wrap everything up. So yeah, I'll see you soon. Okay, right, I'm back. I thought I might do a little bit of napkin decoupage in here with this lovely napkin that I was given from America. And I'm just going to go around with some water. Try not to do too much. Oh, is that going to work? Might do this one here. Oops, too much water. Some people just cut these out and I can see why. I kind of like the torn edge of the napkin though. So we'll just see how we go. Still got things drying around the place. How would I like it? We could just do it like that. I wonder if she'll know that she can write over the top of that. Might try and make it smaller. I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll give it a go. Coming down here, take this bit off. It's quite big, but oh well, let's give it a go. And we will use the Distress Collage medium, whatever, how much I've got left. Enough. Definitely at the end of my collage medium anyway. Try and smooth the napkin out as best as I can. It looks like it should be smooth enough for her to write on. There we go. Okay, we can get rid of that later. That's quite pretty. Running out of places to put things again. All right, so that's good. That's another one done. Okay, so we've done quite a lot of decorating. I'll dry it and then we'll kind of have a flick through. And I have actually lost track of where all my signatures go and where the pages go in them, so I'll have to have a rejig of all of that, but I'll be back soon. It's 2 days later, it's Wednesday. I'm going to try and get this video up this afternoon or this evening. It's an absolutely glorious day outside, sun shining, blue skies, real spring kind of day, and I'm inside doing this, but I'm so excited because I think I'm nearly there with this journal, and we go on Saturday to see Brylee, and I really want to have it finished and all wrapped and give it to her. So just to recap, we did the texture paste throughout, and we did the napkins, so that was the last thing we did in the video. I've added a bit of stitching. We've got the texture paste that we did. I've kind of sorted my signatures back out. I have no idea if they're in the same order. I've added a few more trims and little bits of texture paste here and there. And I've also added some, where's the heat embossing? Somewhere, haven't we? We did the heat embossing. I've added some tabs. Oh, here we go. Here's the gold heat embossing. So I've added some tabs, and then again, here's some more of the napkin. So yeah, and the tuck spot that we did. So everything is pretty much, I feel like I've done enough. I think the next video after this one will be sewing in all the signatures, and then after that, any decorating that I do will have to be stuff that can be done with signatures sewn in. I still don't know how much I love this bit flopping out, but it is what it is. It's going to stay like that. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and there'll probably be hopefully only one more video and then we'll be finished. If you're making a journal along with me, I hope that was helpful, seeing some of those kind of ways you can decorate a journal without adding too much bulk. I mean, I have added some bulk, but that's mainly the ruffles on the outside. I mean, and they squish down nicely. So I've managed to get quite a few pages in here, and I could almost fit a few more in, I think, because it's not going to have anything keeping it closed. But yeah, thanks so much. We will see you again soon in the next video. Bye now.